last week on the Wenches of Waydora, Season 4, Episode 9er, I believe was the last episode. You were all under a lake. You were at the bottom of this lake, hiding from seemingly 5 mysterious figures that were looking for something, looking for you, looking for... You're not really sure. But you guys continue to hide. He caught the Quickling ran by, and the lead mysterious cloaked figure caught the Quickling and began torturing him. Not really sure how that played out, because Solara was like, I gotta get the beep out of here, made a nice perception check and noticed this river that was leading into the lake. You guys all followed this woman that you followed into the lake to hide. You guys all fled upstream, seemingly unseen, pretty stealthy. You continued swimming up the river using your water breathing spell that was lasting. You guys were able to maintain under, like, on the bottom of the river without having to come up for air. You all made it up there, talked to the mysterious woman, tried to get some information from her. She seemed pretty kind of just aloof. She seemed almost like she was just kind of taking in the nostalgic scenery for her. Some questions she kind of laughed off, some questions she answered. You did learn about the elemental war that is going on between the elements of this plane. You learned about the 2 queens of the Fae, and how there's an ongoing war going on. She led you then to this war-torn battlefield, where there's patches of fire and smoke on one side, and then this windy, stormy area on the other side, and a big streak of fire down the middle, seemingly post aftermath of some sort of battle that went on between the elements. She somehow knew that what kind of creatures resided there, and she said, you guys can either fight the Phoenix or the Elder Tempest. I'm going to go ahead and go mistform and fly over. Good luck with that, deuces. You guys decided to take on the Elder Tempest, which the challenge rating was 7 higher than the Phoenix, just an FYI. And you guys tore that bang up. And we pick up where we left off with that. Post-battle, most of you are doing okay. You guys kind of got flung around by this huge spiraling storm of elemental gargantuan material. But you defeated it, and now you find yourselves at the ground zero of where the Eye of the Storm was. And we switch.
Is there a ring anywhere?
Is there a ring
What
anywhere?
ring?
There is. You can make a perception or investigation check, I guess.
Do we see the precious?
You sure it can't
Are
be
there teeth?
perception?
It's going to be investigation because
Okay.
you're just looking and
I
like,
rolled a 19.
okay.
Yeah, we're looking for these rings. I would assume the big bad ones probably carry the rings, because that would be good strategy. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. With a 19, you kind of dig around. The storm itself is starting to kind of dissipate gradually as after you've defeated this thing. The wind has definitely died down. Still a little bit foggy and gloomy. You're seeing smoke rise. You're looking around the ground. You're seeing scorch marks of what once was. It looked like some sort of epic battle, obviously. And you see kind of remnants of slain elementals. Mostly just kind of misted. You don't really see bodies or forms. They're just kind of where this figure was. You don't see any sort of ring or jewelry in your looking, in your investigation.
Do the storm elemental have teeth?
not sure. Let me check my book.
I just have to know. Just send you the picture that Grant sent me earlier this week, which is a pair of brass knuckles that the knuckle bit looks like gums, and then they have teeth sticking out of them. And he was like, "This seems like your D&D character," and I was like, "Yes, yes, I could probably craft that. Actually, I have so many teeth."
Naturally.
I do. I have dragon teeth.
There's actually not much of a body left. There's a few blackened feathers that kind of ignite with static here and there, just kind of laying dormant on the ground. But for the most part, once you defeated this thing, it kind of just evaporated into mist around you. Didn't leave much of its serpentine head behind.
If I try to touch one of the feathers, does it shock me? I'm gonna try.
It says like you don't take feathers, I'm taking the feathers.
Yeah, you reach out and touch it. It does give you like a little static shock, nothing to the point of like any sort of damage, but it's kind of like touching something that had electric charge in it. You're able to touch it again and pick it up, and it turns to just black mist in your hand and just dust.
Boo.
No trophies. Not a single trophy. You destroy a big giant thing, and what am I supposed to do with this? Write songs. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Oh, yeah. Valdrick's gonna take one of the jars off of her hip, and I want to try to like shove one of the feathers down into it, so that when it turns into dust, the dust is caught in the jar.
Okay. Yeah, you pick the feather up very gently with two hands, kind of lay it into the jar, and it kind of folds into the jar. Half of it disintegrates in the jar, but the other half kind of remains, and so there's a little bit of black electrical dust kind of floating around this jar, and you cap it quick.
I'm gonna strap it to my person, and I'm gonna look at Anya and give her a wink and another finger gun, a little bardic inspo. No battle, just I feel inspired, so she gets to be inspired. I feel like we should go and kill the other thing too. We should just kill everything at this point. Everything should die. Is the anomaly anywhere around us, or is she still...
Make a perception check.
Yeah, she said, actually, I'm not going to help you fight that. She's dipped. You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
18 plus 22.
Okay. You continue forward. You kind of get your bearings about you and head towards the direction that you guys were going, which was those big snowy mountains that you found in the distance. And with Valdrick's 22, she kind of is able to find the mountains and start heading that way again, and you guys kind of follow. You don't see the woman, you don't see the anomaly, but you do see something in the distance. It's foggy and misty. You do see kind of like just a blurred outline of some sort of shadow figure that is moving, and it catches your attention off in the distance.
Fuck is that? I'm gonna pull everybody else's attention towards it because I don't want to keep moving towards it if I can't differentiate what it is. Can anybody else tell what the fuck that is? What is that?
You keep looking at...
Can I roll perception?
Sure.
Ooh. 29.
Whew.
Okay. Anya kind of... Valdrick's able to get Anya's attention pretty well, and she squints forward. It's a smaller figure, whatever it is. It's on the ground, and you're kind of squinting, and it appears to be in the shape of some sort of small, like, mammal. And then all of a sudden it blinks and it's gone, but then it comes back immediately, as if like almost like a flash of light. But it's
a cat shaped.
With your 29, Anya, it is cat shaped. And you hear.
All right, so
No,
I think it's a cat.
I'm gonna like motion back at Calliope. Be like, when you looking for a weird fucking cat?
Yeah.
That looks like a weird fucking cat.
Staring intently at the cat
Do you
now.
have much experience with interplanar beings? Just off the cuff, I'm just curious.
No,
Okay, well,
not that I know of.
do you have any kitty treats?
I have shiny things.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that constitutes as a kitty treat. Yeah, well, get the fuck out there, Calliope.
I'm gonna move towards the kitty-shaped thing.
Okay. Yeah, you guys continue forward. The kitty-shaped thing appears to have its back to you all, and it seems to be focused on something on the ground, like it's maybe found like a puddle it's drinking from. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Do you have like food or something, Calliope? Because I don't think that we should all approach it if you're trying to catch it.
I have a little bit of food.
Think
I am going to. I have a scroll of speak with animals.
that's smarter than my plan, which was we surround it.
Wait.
One of us fucking grab
My
it.
plan was I have snare, so I'd set a snare, Misty step behind it.
You're getting this
Oh,
cat,
no.
basically.
We're getting you this cat.
Yeah, that can be the backup plan. But I am gonna cast speak with animals on myself. And I have a little bit of food, so I'll pull out like a little piece of meat. I wouldn't say I'm trying to be sneaky, but like I'm not trying to make like a shit ton of noise at the same time.
Okay. So you cast speak with animals. Do you approach it saying anything?
Let's not demean the cat, just in case that he is. I'm probably just walking to go up and go, hello there. Hello there. Yeah.
Hello. Are you... Are you an elemental?
I am not. What are you doing down here?
Oh, just wandering around. Tell me, how are you speaking to me?
I casted a spell on myself, so I could.
A spell. And as you're talking to it, you notice it kind of glitches in place almost, and you kind of shake your head, wipe your eyes, and you look at it again, and it almost glitches again. If you remember in Baldur's Gate, whenever you cast Blur on someone, it's exactly the same movement, just a glitchy movement, just this blurred image, like that. Also in Ant-Man, that one like all white cloaked figure, just kind of glitching around, very very similar. It's hard to focus on the cat because the cat is like in 3 places at once, just kind of glitching around. And the cat says, "Where did you come from? Did you win the war?"
The Elemental War.
Yes.
We were not here for the Elemental War.
Oh. Everyone's here for the Elemental War.
Okay, I'll go. Would it be alright if my friends came closer? They did not want to scare you off.
She kind of looks behind.
Baldrick's exactly as creepy as you think she would
She
be.
kind of, the cat looks by you and then looks up at you again and just starts trotting towards the group, and gets to the feet of Valdrick. Kind of sits up on sits back and perched, rises up a little bit and starts batting at your jingly bells.
This is the best day of my life. You want a little jingle bell, little kitty kitty?
He starts doing like little flips, and you just kind of hear it, purring and meowing. Calliope, you hear it giggling maniacally.
We've got to keep the kitty. You've got to bring the kitty with us.
It is very strange seeing this cat jump up and then be in like 3-4 different places at once while batting your jingly bells.
Super weird fucking cat. How's it doing that?
It's an all
That's
black,
normal, right?
all black cat, by the way.
I love that so much.
Clearly normal for a cat, right? I have not seen many cats. We didn't have them at the
Do I
circus,
do I know why the kitty is doing that?
Why the kitty's glitching?
Yeah.
Do you?
Would I know?
You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I'm proficient in that shit. 15.
Okay. Yeah, it just... You've either seen or cast the blur spell before. And this appears to be what it looks like. You've seen this before. Do you know the blur spell? Does Solara know the blur spell? Okay.
I do not.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember which school of magic it's from, but basically it just makes you harder to hit. I think it's like attacks when you have disadvantage or something, but
Yeah.
But you know this spell. It at least if it is what you think it is, that it's the blur spell somehow just on this cat.
I'm gonna look at Kitty and go, do you have a name that I may call you?
Margaret. Yes.
Name.
What is your name?
Question is, do I trust the kitty to give it my name?
What is your name?
You may call me Calliope.
Calliope. It kind of rubs up on you. And the rest of you just see Calliope going, kind of chattering and chittering like a cat, and the
This
cat
is incredible.
chittering back. Yeah. It kind of nudges up on you, glitches over. It's on your left foot, glitches over to your right foot at the same time, glitches back. It's very strange.
Did someone cast a spell on you, Margaret?
No.
I hope that's the name for him.
Right. Typical.
As she should. Feel like, would you like to travel with us, Margaret?
Where are you going?
I saw that we're going.
Yonder.
Barley? Trying to find what the name is.
Vori?
Bori. Thank you. I was like, I don't know where the name was.
Yes.
Okay, no, we're traveling to Vori.
Oh. Okay. Looks back at your friends. Notices now the Tiernan has kind of perched up on Anya's back little perch, and as soon as he pokes his head up, what's that? What is that? I don't want to be near that thing.
You will not have to be near him. He won't hurt you. I'll look up at Anya and go, tell Margaret that Tiernan won't hurt her. Please.
Did you just say Margaret?
Yes, her name is
Cat's
Margaret.
name is Margaret. You're so cute, Miss Margaret. Look at your chunky little cheekies. There's so many of you all at once.
So many kitties.
Roll animal handling for me, Valdrick.
Okay. No.
I don't know, is it low?
Okay. 12.
Doesn't seem to react to you calling it Miss Margaret. It just kind of like is fixated on Tiernan and just kind of like, get out of my way. I'm keeping an eye on this dragon at all times.
I'll look at Margaret and go, he won't hurt you. I will make sure of it. I'll like offer my arm. I was like, you're welcome to ride on my shoulder if you would like. And I will make sure that you're not near him.
She finally takes her eyes off of the dragon. Kind of starts going like that to your shirt. Starts kneading your arm.
Making biscuits.
Making bread. Kind of does like this crazy like 30 strike in a second swat with its blur form on your arm, just to kind of test it, and then just starts, and then hops up your arm.
Right.
Well, okay then.
Valdrick's gonna look at Solara and be like, listen, we've got a baby dragon. We've got Miss Margaret the cat. I think you and I don't need to be looking for pets. Dog, bird, perhaps a small goblin. We did have a goblin at one point. And honestly, I think if we just don't bring it around Captain Lord Father, it would be fine. It would be fine. Solara vanishes out of sight.
Yeah.
Just vanished. Still no sign of
I'm
anomaly.
sorry,
though.
there's like something
Still no sign of
delivered.
the anomaly.
Still no sign.
You guys continue on?
Yeah.
Alright, you make it, just kind of here and there getting a glimpse of the mountains peeking through the fog and the storm that's still dissipating after defeating the Elder Tempest. And just using that as your true north to navigate. You eventually get to the edge of this battlefield and back into like the snowy kind of landscape. And you, Anya, your sunblade begins to warm to the touch, even more so than what is normal to you feeling it with Tiernan.
Wait, and Xander and Xerxes are still here, right?
They're still following behind. They're taking up the rear, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do my, I've got that ability that lets me check once a day for the presence of a bronze dragon, I think. Do you want me to read it to you?
No, it's okay. I think it's like within like 5 or 6 miles or something.
30 miles.
Okay. All right, you do the check. You sense a pulse from your sunblade, and you kind of just stop. Close your eyes, and I guess the rest of the group would probably notice that you're stopped.
Yeah, she's in the lead.
Yeah, you take a couple minutes and to just breathe in the air around you, and there are no bronze dragons in that vicinity.
Okay. I'll say there's a dragon nearby, other than the two that we currently have in our party.
I was gonna say, there's like 3 of them near right now. That's really, really unfortunate. Near enough by where we should be concerned? Should I be whispering? Can dragons hear you if you whisper?
It's close by. I can't ascertain how close, but it's close. But it's not a bronze dragon.
Okay.
With that knowledge, I'm gonna drink a potion now.
Calliope learning!
We still have a
Learning!
Where are the ballistic potions that we have?
Super solid. We're not like hearing anything weird or seeing anything in the sky or.
Yeah, can I roll perception again?
Sure.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. Anyone who
Now
wants
that I
to.
have a plus 11 to my perception.
Perception.
Perceiving the whole world right now.
Well,
Ooh,
unless you rolled a 4.
17.
I rolled a 15. So.
Oh my god. Got
4
a
plus 11.
19.
Oh, that's good.
23.
Oh wow, never mind. 17.
We're so perceptive.
Perception.
We're
Okay.
so good, guys.
Stop me.
Yeah, you guys are now getting to the mountainous, rocky kind of terrain of this march forward. You're out of the now windy, stormy part and onto like just the sides of these snowy mountains. With Anya's sense, she's kind of, head on a swivel. But Valdrick, you're the first to see over the horizon the first structure that you've seen in being here in Genesis. The first building, and it looks like a pointed pyramid,
Obelisk.
and you get closer and you realize it is an obelisk as you get farther and farther over the horizon. It's hard to tell because it's silver in color, and it blends in so well with the mountainous vast range before you and the not natural coloring of this snowy mountain that's in the Feywild.
It's another dragon stick. It's like the other dragon stick that we found, the really big one. The one that sucked Anya in, made her see the things.
I have to go
Touch the dragon stick.
Yes.
Touch the.
Time to touch the dragon stick, everyone. Let's go.
What color is this one?
This is silver.
Okay. Is that considered metallic or chromatic?
Is silver a metal?
I mean, yes, but also like chrome. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking.
So-
She's had a tough day
metal?
today.
My brain is not braining. Okay,
I
I'm
know.
just
Verifying.
double checking.
Your brain is so
Verifying.
beautiful. I know.
Don't patronize me.
Make an Arcana check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, between metallic and chromatic dragons, you know that silver falls in the category of metallic, just like bronze.
I just wanted to be sure. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask questions if you're gonna make me feel dumb.
I asked for you to make a roll, and then I gave you information based on your roll.
Question, is
You're
the
not dumb.
silver ones bad or good? I can't remember. Metallic yay? Metallic
Good.
A. Okay. Yes, let's touch the dragon stick. That sounds excellent.
I needed to know if I needed to buff up before I go in or not. Okay.
I've
That
already
was
used
my-
that myself.
As you are getting closer, you do see something lying at the base of the of
The
the
anomaly, a
obelisk.
Not
dragon.
this music. Not this music.
It is. You're getting closer, and your sunblade's warming up even more and more, and you fully recognize this as a dragon of the silver variety. At the base of this obelisk, it appears kind of just on the ground. He could be sleeping, you're not really sure. It's just there, not really moving.
I should have checked this before if dead dragon still caused my sunblade to warm.
That's so well. We're maybe about to find out.
Well, now we can find out. Now we can find out. All right.
You're about 200 yards out when you notice this dragon.
And it's not moving like it is aware of us.
Doesn't seem like it.
Not moving at all.
Well, IP, did you
Alright.
take that potion?
Yeah,
Do you
did
need
you-
one?
Drink it right now.
I went through my inventory
I'm
to
at
find
just-
them.
63.
I just
Can
watched
I-
Grant dump a body into a dumpster.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
He's fine.
Before we fuck around with the dragon, can I also cast false life on myself?
We're so big brain learning. You guys
Yeah,
are so proud of us.
Third
Yeah.
level.
read false life to me.
Bolster yourself with the necromantic. I'm not even going to try to say that. Of life, you gain 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points for the duration. When you cast it for second level or above, it's 5 additional hit points.
Okay.
I start at a 2d4 plus 4 though because of the buff on my wizard's coat.
That's right. All right, go ahead and roll your temporary hit point buff from false life.
And it lasts
Confusion
for an
affects
hour.
only.
Okay. I'll let you go ahead and roll that. In the meantime, Anya is slowly approaching.
Yeah, I think I might ask Xander if he and Xerxes want to kind of like follow close. Like maybe all of our dragons will be like, we all want
Squad up.
dragons. Yeah. So
You're a dragon. We have dragons.
we have dragons. We don't need to fight. You know, we're all good. Just give me the thing that I need, and we're all good. Yeah. So
You guys-
I want to tell everyone else to hang back, and I'll say, Xander, would you be willing to bring Xerxes? And Xerxes, would you be willing to come and approach with me? Not that I need backup, but just, you know, just to be there. And
To be fair, I have been around dragons more than you.
that is fair.
Yes, we should go.
And I'll say, this is part of my draconic prophecy that I've got to deal with. So if you could let me take the lead and just be there to...
We
In
should
case
talk
it
about
starts
that
going
later.
down.
A draconic prophecy, you say?
I didn't mention... Okay, well, yeah.
You don't know
Sure.
about the Draconic Prophecy? Everybody knows about the Draconic
help me-
Prophecy. Come on.
You help me through this, I'll tell you all about it.
Definitely a conversation coming later about that. Yes, for now, we shall investigate. Something does not seem right here. Silver
Alright, so I'm
dragons
going
are a
to-
peaceful dragon, although something tells me something's off. We'll go around to the right, you to the left.
We'll stay right back here. Calliope
Wouldn't
will in
dragons
fact stay way
approach
back
them?
there.
Wouldn't dragons respect
Well, I want to
a
be.
more direct approach? As opposed to like flanking it, I feel like that would see that as adversarial.
Not flanking it, we are securing the perimeter more, and then
Sounds a lot like flanking it.
will it view it as adversarial or?
I love that
No.
word.
Thank you.
I don't think so, but it's your call.
I prefer to handle things head on, so I'll just walk right up to it.
Okay. You.
So I'm gonna, as I'm walking, I'm going to start talking in Draconic, and like maybe like 100 yards away, I'll start in Draconic. Hello there.
Hello there!
Hello there.
You hear just this labored.
It's me. He's got the
And
asthma.
you see the gentle rising and falling of its body, and you're getting closer, and you see the ground around it seems to have been disturbed from the rest of like the snow that you've just been traveling through. Seems like some sort of scuffle has gone on here, and the dragon just remains.
Do you see any like anything in the snow that would tell me any more information quickly? I don't want to take.
You can investigate.
A 13.
You don't see much in the snow around it, just other than a scuffle has happened. But you do notice that one of the dragon's wings is detached and completely torn off and shredded.
Oh my gosh.
Should Mercy kill it?
Or I have a cleric who can heal it, right?
Oh my gosh. Solara is what
I can't reattach
I mean, that might be
missing
fair,
limbs.
but-
Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately.
I'm gonna approach it and say, I was gonna ask, are you injured? But that's obvious. So I'm gonna say, my name is Anya. I'm a dragon rider. I have great respect for the dragons. I'd like to kill you if you would allow us to do that.
Did you say?
Oh, frick! I said my name. Ah.
Did you say
Okay,
kill or heal?
Heal.
Heal.
We have come to
Heal.
kill you.
And you just said it so
I
flippant.
am
You're like,
prepared to
like,
heal it.
just out of respect, I'd like to kill you. I was like,
Heal.
Okay, heal.
I said heal.
I feel like it's a good thing I healed myself and gave myself.
The way we all would have just accepted that and been like, alright.
you approach it, and the glassed over eye that you see kind of turns to face you, and it looks like its front arms are sort of just kind of grasping at its chest as it looks at you. And it's just kind of very short breaths, kind of air is coming out.
I have a potion
heal
of
it?
superior healing. I'm gonna give it to it.
Okay. You
Who's got an inhaler?
pop open the potion, and you begin pouring it down the dragon's throat. And the contents mostly just kind of run in its throat, kind of gargles a bit, and then kind of trickles out through its teeth. Is here. I am beyond repair.
Who is here?
And he's just and its last breath exits its body, this superior healing having no effect. You're now noticing a stab wound in it, much like the stab wound that was found in the Emperor from the Vorpal blade. And just black veins just begin climbing up its body.
Bad.
Solar, do you have Speak with Dead?
I think so. I definitely do. I know we've used it
You
before.
Speak with dead. Speak with dead.
Because we had that
Because
problem before.
I
With
want to
asking-
confirm that it was Diabris that killed it, and I want to know if it gave the gem that I need, or
That's
the.
anything I need.
Yeah,
Or if
Chris,
it got
can you
stolen. Yeah.
Yes, Chris, can you refresh my memory on what happened? I know I touched the obelisk. I went into the obelisk. I saw a vision. I talked with the dragon. I gave up something of importance, and then I got the gem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it
Yes?
from the inside of
A
the vision.
bronze
Okay.
jewel. Yeah.
Bronze jewel. Okay, I'm looking to see where I wrote that down.
Oh, that's super concerning if Diabris is out here also
Amber bronze jewel. Okay, there it is. Okay.
gathering dragon
Okay,
gems.
I can have it if
I'll
we want
bring the
to. but-
wenches over. Okay. We have 5 questions, right?
Hold on, I missed what Solara said.
I was just saying, like I was just saying, we do have it.
Okay.
I do have it, yeah. But yes, it is up to 5 questions. Yeah.
Okay. We only have
So-
2
Yes
that
or no
are
question?
Sorry.
Do they have to be yes or no questions, or they can be any?
It
questions, right?
just says the corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. So Anya would have to ask the questions. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile or it recognizes you as an enemy.
That's so interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So
If it's 5 questions and we've got 2 questions that we vehemently need to answer, that means that we have 3 clarifying questions that we could ask or 3 mess ups that we could do.
Okay,
I like
I've
the
written
mods.
down my 2 questions. I've written down my
Everybody
2
shut
questions.
the fuck up.
Everybody
I'm
shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna mute myself to think out loud, and then I will ask a question once I am certain. I'm gonna do better this time.
Spell
I
hasn't
would
been
like to
cast yet.
say
Spell hasn't been
that
it
cast
was
yet.
all. It was
Time
a
this
group
happened.
effort.
The last time this happened, literally the episode was called Everybody Shut the Fuck Up. So I would like to reiterate,
And you know what, Navarre
everybody
did not
I mean,
shut the fuck up.
He didn't
We
shut
don't
the
know that
fuck
it
up.
didn't know English, so I guess we really should zip it.
Hey, that's one of those times where Anya would have been great at it. Charlotte is just not. That's one of those things I couldn't.
It's the curse
Okay.
of Speak with Dead that this is exactly
I
how it
haven't
goes.
cast a spell yet.
I
It's
hate
okay.
using it in Baldur's Gate. I'm
my God.
terrified.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Okay.
Everyone, let Anya speak. Let's.
Are we
let's
ready?
focus. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
so nervous.
I'm just gonna like
Everybody say a prayer.
pray behind my shield. Yep. Just dear random dragon. Sorry about this.
Okay.
It's like, whoa.
Solara's shield on her back begins to glow with the emblem of Kalimvor glowing. This time in an eerie shade of green. This lime green glows emanates from her shield, as does her eyes. Her pupils just fully take over with this green glow as kind of just this green smoke begins to pour out from the sides of her eyes as she casts this spell. You watch as the corpse of this ancient silver dragon, because this thing is huge, begins to rise up off the ground, the wing now fully falling off, detaching, its other wing just kind of hanging there limp, and it rises up off the ground, glowing, which is with this green archaic magic around it, and its eyes fling open and mimic the shade of green that Solara has in her eyes. The spell is active.
Did Diabris kill you?
I don't know who Diabris is.
Is your jewel stolen, or do you have it?
That was 2 questions.
Same phrase.
So think about the answer of that question, though. How?
I mean,
Okay. I don't know. I'll roll with it. Stolen. I'm assuming this is all back and forth in Draconic. Okay, so Calliope is the only one that can understand.
I can
this.
understand.
Yeah, and Xander and Xerxes, obviously. The rest of you just hear.
I don't want to speak to explain what's going on.
More, baby.
what did the person who killed you look like?
Wings, horns, chains, blades, red skin.
Just what did you say after chains before Redskin?
Wings and horns.
Yeah.
Wings, horns, chains,
Blades.
Blades,
Blades.
that's what it was.
Many people killed you.
The first word cut out. You said how many people killed you? Not sure. Ambush.
One more.
Did they enter the obelisk?
No.
asking Chris. I'm asking Chris out of character. Out of character, I'm asking.
The glow fades and the dragon falls limp to the ground once again.
Okay.
Either you were
What was
done
the
or that was the last one.
You were for sure done. There was
Yeah, that was,
I thought that was 5.
yeah.
But then
What
it
was
just
your last
continued
question,
with it.
Charlotte?
Did they enter the obelisk?
And
Because
he
that was
said
how
no.
He said
no. Because I think that will tell us his plan. I don't know.
So, Diabris for sure looks like that guy, though, right? Like, we know what Diabris looks like. We've seen him.
That did sound very Diabris-y.
Minus the chains. I don't think he had chains when we saw him, but, you know.
I thought we only saw like his head.
Oh, I had him in full view, baby. This is back when Valdrick still had true sight.
That's right.
Back before I blinded her.
Yeah, back before I had true
Before
sight
he
stricken
knew.
from me, which honestly, that can go with the celestial that bloodline I came from was like, you are wildin'. You don't get that anymore. You're done.
You're following a crazy god right now.
You are done. But yeah, that looks like Diabris, right? Like what he described.
Yeah.
Though I suppose he could also, it looks like a demon.
Yeah, the chains were what struck your attention. Whenever Anya is recounting these answers to you, she mentions the chains, and
the chains strike me because Diabris was also covered in chains.
You remember not too long ago when you guys were in the cabin of the skyship, you remember hearing the chains
Oh, yeah.
jingling.
Right.
Hate that for us. Okay. Super not great that Diabris has also decided to insert himself into the dragon prophecy.
Oh, I would just take him as Phallic Stone.
Because
Doesn't
of
he want
dragon
the other
prophecy.
one?
Doesn't he need all of them? Doesn't Anya?
I think to complete it, either for good or bad, you need all of them.
All of them.
Like the
Okay.
Infinity Stones in the worst way. Not that I would know what that was, but
Okay. Well, we have one of them that he doesn't know about, though.
are we sure he doesn't know about that one?
I feel like he would have done worse already if he did know he had it. So how he was asking about vengeance and Diamor.
Really upsetting that he's in the Feywild with us. Quick question. Do you think the dragon would mind if I took one of its teeth?
I think the 2 dragons with us would mind very much.
What if they...
Xander pulls out his crossbow and looks at you with the dead eyes in your eyes, Valdrick. Over my dead body.
Oh my god, okay, I mean, I could be
Well, that
arranged.
was aggressive.
It's really nothing personal. I'd take one of your teeth too if you'd give them to me, but...
Just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna touch the obelisk and see what happens. Just for kicks and giggles.
It's
Just
a
to
bad
see.
idea. I put my hand in the box. Are you sure?
I mean, they didn't go into a...
Can you even enter
I
the
still have to
obelisk?
see the vision. Because the vision that I get at all of them tells me something. It tells me...
This also needs to be where we hard stop after the...
Yep.
whatever is happening.
You just casually lean on the obelisk, and immediately, eyes bright, just glowing silver, you feel like you're being thrown through time and space again, as you feel like you just leave the, I wouldn't say material world because you guys aren't even on the material world. You leave the Feywild completely, and you're outside of your body, and all of a sudden, you appear in this room. It seems like almost like a wooden like cabin of sorts, and you're just looking at this bookcase, and there's mist all around you, and you're barely like creeping along, and as you get closer you just see this bookcase with all these old books lined on all the shelves. You can't make out anything that's on the spines. of the books, any sort of just coloration. That's just all just books on a bookcase. The vision is very short, and it whips you back to your normal body, and your eyes take their color again. And that's where we'll hard stop for tonight.
Considering that was only an hour, we were actually very productive, I would like to say.
Got a lot through.
We've had 3
Yeah.
hour sessions,
Yeah.
not nearly that productive.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
3-hour sessions of shopping.
Yeah, 3-hour sessions of shopping.
Those are some of the best
I
sessions.
hate
They
shopping
are.
trips.
We're just a girl.
How do I make
Love that Chris now has
$109
to like
here?
plan for that, like knowing he's like, yeah, there's gonna be a whole shopping
mystery
episode.
boxes.
They're
Love-
either shopping for fucking mystery boxes or they're murking a bunch of fucking people and drinking their blood.
Love shopping episodes.
There's no in between. And we were very successful with Speak with Dead. I am naming this Everybody Shut the Fuck Up Part 2, but I do think
They were
that this
done.
is
we all shut the fuck
be
up.
successful this time as opposed to last time.
Amazing.
I was so nervous. I
I know
'Cause I
your
almost-
face.
One of my questions was almost, can you describe how you died? And I was like, nope, nope,
We
not
know
gonna
how
ask
he
that.
died.
I saw the wheels turning in your head as you were sitting there just being like, fuck. When he said, I don't know who that is, then it completely derailed you for a second where you were like,
Yeah, you were like,
Ah. We got there. I got my
got there.
answers. I feel
Yeah.
like we got, yeah.
we got good clarifying
It for
answers.
sure sounded like you said, "Can I kill you?" at the
Out of
very beginning of
respect.
that. We were like,
I heard what you
Probably
said.
just should have. Would that
No.
get any XP?
The fact that Solara, the one thing she
Mercy
said
kill.
this episode was just, should we mercy kill it?
That's one thing about Solara.
fact that
She
Audie was
knows when
No.
it is one's like time.
pass
You
it.
She
know.
does. That
Yes.
was very on point. Very on
Yes.
the nose for your character. Also love you being like,
yeah.
sorry, Mr. Dragon, really sorry about this. And that was how you cast people.
Solara, give yourself a D6 of inspiration
Oh,
to use
so
at
much.
a future time for your one-liner of should we mercy
The
kill it?
one-liner of the evening, should we mercy kill the dragon? It is, it didn't look good. And he wasn't long for this world.
Cackle.
He had a whole wing detached.
Yeah.
He could never. He would be crippled for life.
Crying.
I don't like that
There
he
is
was
more to life than
ambushed.
flying, which is like, well, we can heal it enough to get it what it wants, and then if it still wants us to mercy kill it, then we can mercy kill it.
Yeah.
That was my thought
Now
process.
would you
But
like
it just
us
died.
to murder
So
Solara, I will say the wings like wound was giving you flashbacks of when Cabris had that slice in his wing, and that was
Like
from
the Vorpal blade.
yeah, that was from Diamor's Vorpal blades.
Rutro.
So it was very
Woof.
very similar, like just the black like veins at the origin point of the wound, of the stab wound or the slice wound, just kind of creeping up, and then of course it had like one in his torso that you recognize, similar to the one in the Emperor, similar to the one in Cabris's wing.
And I say it was like, which means Diabris has 4 full blades.
So we're like going. This is Diabris, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't like that he's in the Feywild.
In the Feywild, at the same time as us, on one of the quests that we are on.
Also, don't like that we don't know where the anomaly
I
is.
also don't like that we don't know where the anomaly is.
We found.
I don't like
Miss
that it's called the
Margaret,
anomaly.
But not the
Found Miss
anomaly.
Margaret.
Found Miss Margaret, not
Yeah,
the
we-
anomaly.
I feel like we just need to go ahead and just, before we find Diabris, or before something happens to Miss Margaret and she loses one of her lives, I feel like Calliope, we just need to ask her, do you have my memories? Let's just chop. We've got
That's
places
true.
to be.
One
We've
last
got rings to find, Diabris, all that.
one last roll of the evening before I let you guys go. Valdrick, can you give me a nature check, please?
I would love to.
I know you would.
I love
Probably should have looked into Miss Margaret more before I picked her up and brought her with us, but Calliope's way
But
too
he was
excited
very
about
on
a
board
black
for
cat.
Calliope, though.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, what do I call you? I'm like, I don't actually want to give you my name, though.
We
How-
might be just giving our name out a lot.
I say you
15
can
plus
call me. I
7.
don't say you can have it.
22.
Okay. You've heard of different creatures like this cat, displacer beast, phase spider. This is a phase cat.
Phase cat.
That's why
Miss
it's all
Margaret's
glitchy.
phase kitty. Yeah, I figured it was something like that, but I didn't. Valdrick's just like, it's a little kitty. Love a little kitty. Valdrick's new quest, because now there's a baby dragon and a little baby cat, is to find an animal companion that
I'll be
is.
convincing Miss Margaret to stay with us.
Yeah, you should.
Miss Margaret.
Yeah, Valdrick's gonna find an animal that is for sure not an animal, and is going to trap it in a cage and be like, and this is Mr. Pookykins, and I love him so much, and I feed him scraps off the table. And they're gonna be like, you gotta fucking let me go. You gotta, please, someone save me. I'll be like, shh, Pookykins, you okay?
You like the fucking fairy and the lantern.
Yeah, the fairy and the lantern.
But I
or
finally released
Paul the
because she
Goblin.
kept yelling at me.
Or Paul the Goblin.
Ooh, Paul.
I never
May he
met
rest
Paul
in
the
peace.
Goblin.
You did not meet Paul the Goblin.